Now, please watch this, very important, okay? These are the new features. I want to explain this, make sure every one of you clear what is this all about. And then I'm going to cover the sub-bin mode. I know some of you heard about the sub-bin. You don't know what is this. I will explain to you and I give you a good news, okay, later on. So, now, just a moment. All right, now, first thing, all right, let me just explain to you at the top here, okay? At the top here, we have position amount, we have the position quantity, the average price, the current price, the number of calls, and also the rate of return. All right, rate of return. So let me explain to you one by one. Now, for the position amount, okay, this is in USDT. This is your total position actively trading. All right, actively trading. So if it's a $10, it's a $10. If it's $100, $100. So once you hit the margin call, okay, you hit the margin call, your total position amount will actually take up the total. So let's say if you got 2 margin call, the total amount will be based on 2 margin call, right? Next, we have the position quantity. Now, this is a total quantity in unit of asset currently trading, right? Now, note, okay, position amount, okay, USDT varies according to market fluctuation, but the position quantity remains unchanged, okay? Simple explanation, right? 1 BTC is 1 BTC, that's all. All right, one Matic is 1 Matic, okay? Even the price change is still 1 Matic. Can you understand that, okay? So despite the price fluctuation, your amount remains, your quantity remains the same, but your amount may change, okay? So don't worry about the amount, okay? Most important is the quantity, all right? So that's the reason why when the martingale happened, the call, right? When it goes down and buy, right? It buys more quantity. Can you see that? So that's the reason why when you buy Bitcoin from 60,000, if you buy now at 30,000, the same 60,000, you can buy 2 Bitcoin. So the idea here is that we want more units, because the more units you buy, the better profit you will have when the market actually goes up, right? Can you see that? So now if you have 2 Bitcoin in your hand, if the market goes back to 60,000, you will now have $120,000, right? But it is still 2 Bitcoin. All right. Now, next is your average price. Now, your average price is your entry price. Okay. The moment you enter at that point of time, that is your average price. Okay. Now, when the market goes down and hit your number of calls, you will have a new average price. Please understand that. And then the current price is your market current price. So you can see this chart, right? You can see this chart. The blue is your average price or the entry price. The red is the current price. So the current price will always go up and down, okay? So that is how the current price works, all right? So that is it. So if the current price is down, so you can do manual replenishment and bring down your price, okay? Bring down your price closer to the current price. So when the market actually rebounds, you will make profit much faster. So you don't have to wait too long, all right? And next we have the number of calls, number of call margin. This is a martingale replenishment level, as I explained to you. So for us, we are using 2 calls, okay? First call and second call. And then we have the return rate. Now this return rate, right? You may even see sometime negative, right? If it's in negative, that does not mean loss. That is just unrealized profit and loss, indicating the current market price deviation from the entry price. All right. So the difference, okay, the difference or the gap from your entry price. So if it go against you, definitely the negative will be bigger, but that doesn't mean it's a loss. It's just a floating. All right, just a floating. So all that you need is to wait for the market to rebound, and then once it hit 1.1%, it will take the profit for you. All right. So this is the first thing you need to understand. So I hope that is clear. Now, the next, which is quite important here, okay, please watch this, because these are new things, okay? Just 1 week after the last week, all right, they have changed it. They have actually upgraded it, okay? So now you can see over here, we have cycle, sell, buy, initiate margin call, and sub-bin mode. Let me explain to you one by one. Now, for the cycle, okay, this dual icon, you see one, right? Actually, it's a dual function, okay? This dual icon allows user to enable between cycle and one shot. All right, the switching can be done at any time while trading is active with just a single tap on the icon. All right, so now we have one shot. One shot here means that the trade, which is buy and sell, is only executed once. That's all, single trade. So bot will stop from executing subsequent position if you select one shot. But if you select cycle, right, cycle, the positions are executed continuously non-stop. All right. So bot will continuously execute trades once the trade positions are closed. So that you saw just now, right? ICP. It is already closed, take profit, but it continues because I put cycle mode. All right. So that is basically the difference between one shot and cycle. Now let's move on to the second one, which is sell. Right? Sell. Now previously, remember, this is liquidation. All right, now they change it to make it simpler, so everybody understand. Sell. Okay, now sell mode is similar as take profit. All right, so if you are a forex trader, we use take profit. Okay, so it allows user to liquidate their trading position. Now this is a deliberate action and user is willing to take the loss. Can you see that? So now the robot will never take the loss unless you want to do it manually. Okay, please understand that. Now even if you sell your position, please understand the robot will never charge you any fees. So your loss is basically the difference of average price and the current price. Okay, now let's watch. Once you click the sell, what you will see? You will see this. All right, you will see this. Now over here, right, you have the market price. This is the sell price. So here, if you click, okay, you click this yellow, you can then determine, okay, sell at market price once reach the trigger price that is specified by user. So you can decide the price that you want this robot to sell for you. All right, you can decide that, up to you. So you only need to tap the market and then key in the price. Or the simplest way, you can actually use this function where you want to clear only certain amount, like 25% or 50%, 75% or 100%. So you can actually choose either of this button. Okay, so sometimes you are already, let's say for example, it has been so long, you have been waiting for 1 week, all right, and the market is still down and you are still red and you are getting frustrated. So what you can do, probably you sell 50% at loss so that you have that 50% fund to buy other coins, and then you can recover back those differences that you lost. All right, so you can actually use this function over here. All right, so that's basically sell. But if you ask me, right, I will never recommend any one of you to sell your coin. All right, so what you can do, instead of selling, if you use the wallet management strategy, you can actually buy. Buy means replenish. All right, so let me explain to you how that works. So the buy here means the buy mode allows user to manually replenish, also known as averaging, in order to shift the average price closer to the current market price. That's what you are doing. You are actually manually manipulating the market. You are bringing the market, the average price closer to the market price. So when the market price is in your favor, you come out profiting. Can you see that? So this is how it looks like. When you click the buy button, all right, this is how it looks like. You can see over here. All right. Same thing, all right? You can determine buy at market price once reach the trigger price specified by user. So you can click this yellow button and you can specify at what price you want to actually buy. It will then automatically buy for you. Or you can even use this function, okay, whereby you can actually put in the amount of the margin call. User can manually determine the desired purchase amount. So this is where you manually. So let's say, for example, you have 1198 USD, right? And you want to buy at 1,500. So you can put the manually here. But if you want to follow the market, just click the yellow button here. Okay. Now let me just quickly show you that in the robot. Okay. So if we go here, let's get back to ICP here. All right. So if I want to do, okay, if I want to do a one shot, you just can click here. Can you see that? It changes to one shot. So normally, right, what I do is this. I will go for cycle 2 or 3 times. Okay. And then I know that market will slow down, right? And then I will change to one shot. So it will then close. I will then select other coins. Okay. Now the sell here, you can see sell here. You can click the market. All right. I can key in the amount. So the amount that I want to sell. All right, so I can determine at what price I want to sell it, or I can actually select down here, right? You can see I can select down here. Example, if I want to sell, close or sell 100% liquidate, I can even do that. Okay, but normally I don't use this function. All right, let's cancel that. Now, I always use the buy or the replenish. So here, right? So normally what I do, you can see over here, my position amount is $11. My average price is $42, right? All right. So this is a average price, the price that you buy at the market, but your position is about $11. Now, if I click the market, all right, you can see if I click the market here, okay, this is the market price, all right, or I can even put in the amount here. So let's say I put in $11, all right, $11. Now watch what happened. Okay, let me just keep it 0 first. All right, now watch what happens. Okay, can you see here? Estimated average price and estimated holding profit and loss. Now, this is 0. Now, the moment I key in, right? Let's say I put $10. Sorry. Let's say I put $10. Now, watch what happened. It will show me what is my estimated average price and my estimated profit and loss. So, from minus 9%, it comes down to minus 4. Now, if I put $50, now it is minus 0.15. Can you see that? So you will know what is the future. What is the future, or what is the estimated P&L or the average price before you even actually execute the buy. Can you see that? So this is a cool feature. So at least now you have an idea what will be the value when you want to do the manual replenishment, and you can decide the amount. Can you see that? So I think this is a fantastic feature, but I don't use this at any time, right? You only use this when the market is really down and you want to do manual replenishment, then you can actually use this function. All right, let me cancel that. Now, let's proceed. All right, so the other thing is the initiate margin call. Okay, this is also a dual icon. If you click that, a dual function allows user to enable between stop margin call and initiate margin call. Now, the switching can be done at any time while the trading is active with just a single tap on the icon. Now, so if you click, right, stop margin call, once enabled, margin calls placement under the straight setting will be disabled. So even if you have, let's say, 2 margin call or 5 margin calls, right, the moment you click stop margin call, all those margin call will be disabled. All right. So which simply means the robot will no longer take any more fund from your Binance anymore. So it is already stopped. All right. Now, the other, if you want to activate it back, you just have to click that once again, and now you initiate the margin call. Once enabled, margin call placement under the trade setting will resume as normal. Can you see that? So some people ask how to pause, okay? How to pause so that the robot will not take up more fund. Pause your calls, okay? Not pause the trading. The trading cannot be paused, all right? Even if you pause the trading, when you start back again, the trading will start from the current market price, not from where you paused it, okay? Please understand that. So you can use this function, but for us, right, we are using 2 calls. We actually don't really need to use the initiate margin call actually, okay? We don't really have to use it unless you follow the defaulted setting. All right, now the last item, okay, that's the most confusing one. Let me make sure I explain to you clearly. All right, this is the sub-bin mode, all right, which has been introduced just recently. Now, the sub-bin mode is a split mode warehouse feature applicable only for auto trading and for margin call limits or replenishment under the trade setting, okay, above 4 calls. So this is only applicable if you have 4 calls and above. So let's say you got 5, 6, or 7 calls, right? Then you have to use the sub-bin mode. Now, replenishment 1, 2, 3, and 4, or calls 1, 2, 3, 4 is categorized as one warehouse. So we don't need to use this. And replenishment 5, 6, 7, or more are categorized as independent sub-warehouse. Now, let me show you what I meant. All right, now if you look, right, if you look at this, this figure, right, let me just show you quickly in the Royal Queue. All right, now let's go to, sorry. Yeah, ICP, let's go here. Now, we are using 2, okay, so we don't have to worry. Now, if I go for 7, you will see here, okay, you will see here, sorry, you will see under the margin, okay, this margin here. Can you see that? There are first call, second call, third call, fourth call, fifth call, sixth call, seventh call. Now, first to the fourth call, okay, will remain as it is. It will not change. right? It will be the same. But the 5th, 6th, and 7th, this will work as a sub warehouse. So 1 to 4 is considered as one warehouse. Let me show you the screen once again. All right. So you can see, right? 1 to 4. 1 to 4 is considered as the original warehouse. So this will not change. But when you go to the 5th call, this is considered as a sub warehouse. All right. So this is where they split the warehouse. So this is a sub warehouse 1, sub warehouse 2, which is the call 6, and call 7, call 8, and so on. If you have more and more call. So these are all the different sub. What do I mean by the sub? Let me explain to you. Now, watch this, all right? Now, let's say my first entry is $10, all right? And my average price, let's say I buy Bitcoin at 35,000, that's my average price. So at $10, right? If my call is 1, right? What happens now? If the market goes down and hit my first call, all right? I have a $10 earlier, now multiply by 1, that will be total of 20, right? So 10 plus 10 is 20. Now, at this point, if the market reverse, can you see market reverse, and I have a new average price. So this dotted line will be the new average price. If it goes above by 1.1 and call back 0.1, I will then take profit. So profit will be how much? 1% at $20. All right. Now, if the market goes further down to call number 2, all right, sorry, this is call 2, all right, not call 1, call number 2, that will be times 2, multiple times 2. All right. So that will be $40. Am I right? $20 plus another $20, $40. Now, if the market rebounds by 1.1% and comes back 0.1, I will make profit at $40 for 1%. Can you see that? So even if the market goes against me, my profit ratio is much bigger, right? Because I have a bigger trading amount. Now, so market goes further down, and you hit your third call, so you multiply by 3. Okay, this is just an example, okay, not the real figure. So 3 means times 10 is 30 plus 40 earlier, $70. So when the market hit the third call and it rebounds by 1.1, I will make another 1% at $70 now. Can you see that? Now, if it goes further down, okay, all the way to call 4, can you see call 4 is the maximum. So this is considered as a warehouse 1 to 4. All right. So now you can see over here, right? It's a cumulative. So a total of 110. At 110, if the market goes by 1.1%, I will take 1% profit of the 110. Now, watch what happened when it goes to level 5. Okay, this is very important. Now, when it goes to level 5, when the market goes further down to level 5, hit my call 5. Now, at call 5 here is only $50. Can you see that? Because it's only 10 times 5. There is no accumulative. There is no accumulation. No. Only $50. Now, at this point, if the market goes by 1.1% and call back 0.1, the robot will close this trade in profit, but only 1% times $50, not $160. Can you see that? So now, in this manner, right, the floating will not stay too long, and the fund will get back into the spot wallet so that the trader have the fund to actually continue to trade. Can you see that? So, but the warehouse 1 to 4 will still maintain until, okay, until the 5 is actually done, and then it goes back to 4. Then all the 4 will close. Can you see that? But at this moment, before, right? Before, it doesn't happen this way. Before, you have to wait. Okay, you have to wait for the whole thing to actually close at once. Okay, but now they have broken it down. So they have broken it by call 5 as one single entity. Then they got call 6. So let's say they go to call 6. At call 6, right? You can see it's only $60. It didn't add up the $50 or 110. Only $60. So it's independent for that subdivision. So at $60, if it closed at 1.1%, now it will only close at profit 1% for the $60. Can you see that? So that is this is a beautiful, I would say, feature they are putting. Okay, and then you have the call 7 example. Okay, all the way. So even at that point, you can see only $70. It's independent by itself. So this independent subdivision has been created. This is what it called sub-bin mode. All right, and you don't find this before. They are put in there, right? But the thing is that, okay, but the thing is that, please understand, These are the key points, okay? Sub-bin warehouse mode is only applicable for fully automated trading and margin calls are above 4. Let me ask you something. What is our margin call? Only 2, right? Do we need to use this? We don't have to use this at all. Can you see that? We don't have to. All right, but if you want to do 6 or 7 and you just want to leave it to the robot, you can. But do you have enough capital to do that? Can you see that? So that is important. So now profit taking for each sub warehouse is performed independently by board once the profit ratio, example, hit 1.1% triggered. So it is an independent entity or sub bin by itself, right? Now the profit taking only for the specific sub warehouse trading amount, not the total trading amount. All right. Now, hence, user will have fund replenished back into their spot wallet in Binance, and this amount can be used for new pairs or manual replenishment if they want to. Now, huge trading fund allocation requires, okay, if margin calls are set above 4, absolutely. You need to have huge fund in your Binance account if you want to go more than 4. That's the reason why I actually encourage you or created the wallet management only 2 calls, so that protects your trading fund. Now you can, and this feature also helps to minimize the floating turnover time, okay, or the waiting time actually reduce, okay, because now, right, even if it goes up to 7, if 7 hit 1.1, it closed first, and then 6 it closed first. So now they don't have to wait too long, right? Too long for it to actually close. And then the fuel cost is not, please understand, the fuel cost is not calculated separately. The profit is calculated separately once it closed, but the fuel cost will be calculated once all the trading, inclusive 1 to 4, is closed in profit. Then only, all right, then only Royal Q will take the 20% fuel cost, okay, from the total of those trading. All right, so that's how basically the sub-bin mode actually works. Quickly, okay, if you look into your browser, okay, in your apps, this is your front page. All right, you have the home. This is where you tap to see all the tradings, okay, and then you have the revenue. All right, revenue details. So this is where you can actually look into your income hourly, and this shows you your today's profit and your cumulative profit. And then you have the transaction record. These are all the records, okay, all the records in detail. These records, okay, all these numbers actually feed from Binance. So Binance is feeding the information because the API connection allows to actually collect data from Binance, all right? And then you also have the news here where you can have the transaction notification, the company news, updates, announcement, and so on, all will be here. Now, you also will see a button here, okay, a menu button at the top here. These are all the recent announcement, okay? So you can click up here and actually look into all those recent announcements that a company is making, and some of those important upgrades and so on, they will announce it there.